Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. Apple season is finally here, and if you love apple pie and you love muffins, you are going to love today's apple muffins topped with a cinnamon streusel. These are super easy to make and such a treat for the fall season. We're going to start with a simple muffin batter with sour cream, eggs, sugar, add in our dry ingredients, add in some cinnamon and nutmeg, fold in some diced apples, and then make a super simple streusel for the topping. These muffins are so delicious. They're jumbo, they're fluffy, they have that perfect muffiny texture. You are in for a real treat with these delicious muffins. For the full list of ingredients and the printable instructions, don't forget to head on down into that video description box and over to my website. Meanwhile, let's make some delicious apple muffins. Before starting on this recipe, you want to have your oven preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to get things started with the apples first. We need to peel, dice them, toss them with a little bit of flour. I absolutely love this recipe because it's so easy, and then the aroma of apples baking in the oven is simply divine. We'll need approximately 4 cups of diced apples. That could take anywhere from 3 to 4 large apples. You want to peel them first. Drop the diced apples into a large mixing bowl, and then toss the diced apples with 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. And we're going to set these aside for now. And now let's get started on the muffin batter with the wet ingredients first. We'll need 1 cup of melted unsalted butter. I've let this cool down. I'm going to pour it into a large mixing bowl. To the butter, we'll add in 4 large eggs at room temperature, half a cup of whole milk, 1 cup of sour cream. We can also use plain Greek yogurt, and we'll need 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Use a mixer to blend this all together. You want to mix until the eggs are well beaten and you have a nice uniform mixture. And let's not forget the sugar. We'll need 1.5 cups of white granulated sugar. Mix that in. Almost forgot that one. I put it off to the side and I forgot to add it in. For the dry ingredients, we'll need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. To that, I'm going to add in 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and half a teaspoon of sea salt. I also like to add just a touch of freshly ground nutmeg. I'm going to take my microplaner and then use a fine mesh strainer or a sifter to sift the dry ingredients into the wet batter. And then use your mixer to mix everything together. And last, fold in those diced apples. And last, we're going to make a really quick streusel topping. We'll need 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 1/4 cup of white granulated sugar, about 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, and we'll need 2 tablespoons of frozen butter. I'm using unsalted butter. Grab a cheese grater and then grate the butter into the dry ingredients. And then just use your fingers to kind of toss the butter with the flour. Toss that flour and butter together. You want a nice crumbly mixture. And then to bring this all together, I'm going to pour in about a tablespoon of milk or cream. Give that a quick mix. Today's recipe makes for 12 jumbo muffins, and I'm using these great muffin tins that I got off of Amazon. I'm going to include the product link down the video description box below, along with a link for these paper liners. I'm going to drop a liner into each tin, and then grab a large scoop and fill up your muffin tins. I like to fill them up almost all the way to the top, about 3/4 of the way full. And then we'll drop a little bits of that streusel right on top of each muffin. And if it's clumped together, kind of separate it before you drop it on top. And my apple muffins are ready for the oven. They're going to bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean. They should be a nice golden brown color on the top. Once they're done baking, take them out of the tins and onto a wire rack to cool, and we'll come back to enjoy these. And my muffins are all done. I'm letting them cool on a wire rack, and don't these look incredible? I just love the streusel topping. These turned out so good, and I want you guys to take a look on the inside. So let's just remove this paper and let's split one of these incredible muffins open. I just love this texture, and take a peek on the inside. I just love the texture of these apples. They're so moist, they're so delicate, and then they're dotted on the inside full of the apples, and then the cinnamon smells so incredibly delicious. These apple muffins will fill your entire home with the most incredible fall baking aroma. Nothing beats that scent of apples and cinnamon baking away. Time to dig in and enjoy these incredible muffins. And don't forget to head on down into the video description box for the recipe link. I'll have all the details online. The texture is so incredible. They're so moist and soft, and then they're dotted full of apples, little flecks of cinnamon in there as well. And you know what I just thought of while I was eating these muffins? Some hot apple cider would pair so well with these muffins. It would be just a lovely combination of flavors and textures. You can of course enjoy these with some coffee or tea as well. These are going to be your favorite fall treat, and they are so incredibly easy to make as well. Thank you so much for watching my latest episode. I hope you love these easy apple muffins at home, and I'll see you next time with